you had a company called Explanation Graphics.
Yes.
And you had different clients such as, you know, in the computer industry, Apple, or electronic like Sony, or in the health, you needed healthcare. You have
Yes.
published a bunch of books, over 7 books on the subject. In one of your little book, because you make a bunch of little funny book.
Yes. Yes.
You're addressing the connection between words and picture from cave painting to today, right?
Yes.
And you write, before human spoke or wrote, we gestured. Eventually, the gestures were made graphic. They were scratched or painted onto a rock surface to make their intention permanent. And then you make the connection with today's graphics. So you say, in addition to those guesses, because they are still guesses about motifs, we don't know whether the painters spoke to each other or not, right? So
yes.
if there was a language, some scientists think there might have been unstructured sounds and clicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the caveman would say, and the other caveman would say, oh. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but that's very interesting. So you think that the image was before the language?
Yes. You look skeptical. You have read more about it than I have. I just think that you probably know that language came first. Did it come first?
Well, maybe we were singing, you know. I'm not sure we were doing, but I imagine that a guy or a woman, we don't know, who was painting those things could have maybe have some kind of other way of expressing themselves than just
Yes. I'm being very facetious. You're being very serious here. I mean, I have no idea what they did, but I can't believe that they didn't make some sound that came out. I just don't think it was a language. That's all.
Yeah. So, and then you say exactly, you say today, diagram makers are like the cave painter. In this sense, both use drawing to explain history, ideas, and the world around them. And we're talking about doing, you know, that's how I feel when I open an instruction manual. Like this is for a kid, right? For a teenager. And it's basically, it's printed in gray, right?
Yes.
So basically you cannot read it. It's small, small enough that you cannot read it. And then there is one tiny little piece of drawing down there, but that's it. So now I'm going to share again my screen with the book. You have an information here, very essential information in your wordless diagram book, how to kiss in different countries, since things are often different culture, right? Related to the culture. So here we are in France, because there is a little Eiffel Tower, and they kiss 2 times. And here we have a competitor that kiss even more in Holland. There is a windmill. They kiss 3 times. They start on the right cheek, left cheek, and back to the right cheek.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Russia, are you sure there is no like, you have to kiss on the mouth always in Russia?
I think you kiss on the mouth, yes. Men too.
Okay, good. And then in New York, the famous New York kiss.
Yes, it's called an air kiss.
air kiss. Yeah.
Yes.
So that make think about our friends and colleagues in New York
Yeah.
right now, and how, you know, the air kiss. I mean, we cannot be as close anymore than we used to.
Yeah.
And maybe we're going to have to learn to kiss from distance now, or bow, or, you know,
Right. Yeah,
new
I hate the elbow thing,
um,
don't you?
yeah, I never,
Instead of shaking hands, I
well,
don't like that.
you know,
No.
in Asia, this is not new. I mean, you say hi, and,
Yeah.
you know, you do this, or you bow, or I
Right.
like those little coding of bowing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could do a book about that, you know, in relation is the aftermath of what's going
After
on
COVID.
now.
Yeah.
Here, for example, about culture, here we are in Switzerland. It's a pretty official information. It's in red, and it's about, well, you know what we know, the distancing, wash your
Yeah.
hands, and so on. So this is sort of the official, we were talking about voices, so this is the official way of informing people, and
Yep.
you have it in different ways, language. You can also do it through a QR code, go there. So this is like at the federal level.
Yeah.
And then at the local level, in Basel, for example, people have talked took another language, it's pink, and another blue, and it's a little bit more gentle, and they say, yes, and yeah, means now it's important, do this and do that. So you see the style is a little bit different, right?
Yes, I think it's interesting that they've used little emoji characters in the number one. That, I suppose they think that makes it a little bit more modern, but I'm mixed up with the strong arm and this with the soap on it, and the hand with the soap on it. Is what does self-emboss mean? What does that mean?
It means
Self-emboss.
you're strong. If you know, it mean, I think they wanted to say we're stronger together. There is a top which says together against Corona, and they say, we're,
Okay.
if you wash your hand, you know, you're a cool guy, you're strong,
Okay.
be
Okay.
strong.
All right.
And
Okay.
and then there's even the hands has been
Yeah.
so there
Yeah.
is a little code in there while
Yeah.
you wash your hands. I think it's for young people, you know, to encourage rather young people. I don't think an old person would really understand those coding. So I think that the audience here was more young. So
Okay.
I want to show you in San Francisco, we have another kind of graphics.
Right.
So this is not 2-person, but 4-person, 6 feet.
Yes.
So 6 feet. I don't know if it's in diagonal. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but vertically and horizontally, it should also be 6 feet. So in the middle, it's more, no? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You're taking it very literally there. I think the 6 feet and the arrows just means separate. But tell me about the blue here,
Yeah.
because I thought that the red of the first ones was good because that says, whoa, look at this. The blue is very blue and yellow, very kind of California colors, not as strong, right? What
Well,
do
I
you
don't
think?
know. You know, it has been, there was a lot of, I think, will or attempts not to be too authoritarian
Yeah,
with the story.
yeah,
So the language, we were talking about the sound of the visuals,
yes,
and this is it. You know, this is uh, how it looks today. So you have, this is on the left, something is closed, so it's in the door in front of a tennis court, for example. This is closed, but you should do this and that. Run, bike,
yeah,
hike, enjoy nature. And then the other one, they repeat it in another way. Don't throw balls or share
yeah,
equipment. So it is kind of grayish blue. So this is another voice, and the font, as a graphic designer, you can tell that this is another font than the official one, which comes again here. Now we are back in an Helvetica kind of language.
Yeah, I think it would have been, I think it would have been good if they were all exactly the same blue. And I don't think that makes it authoritarian. I think it means that somebody is trying to make this a unified message. When you get slightly different colors like that, it lessens it to me.
Yeah, yeah. So
and to go back, my comment about the red, probably they didn't. You don't want to scare people with something that's so red and so on. But I think in this case, it might not have been a bad idea to scare people.
okay, okay. And here we have. Also, it's interesting to see that we have about 6-7 language. We have Spanish, Tagalog, Vietnamese, Chinese, Russian, and Arabic, and of course English on the top. And then the next one, you know, they're talking about, they're using those very four signs again, graphics. My problem, my question to you, it is, what do you think about the subtitle? Like they show an image and then they repeat what you have to do. So
I would leave the subtitles out. Not, you don't need them. Make the pictures bigger and let them speak for themselves. I would also, I think, take away the top bit. I mean, this is presumably on the door of something that is an essential worker, one, so you don't need that. I would keep thank you at the bottom, but blow up the pictures of hand washing, wearing a mask, staying at home if you have a temperature, and staying 6 feet apart. And it's good that they see that again, exactly the same as the one before. So that's kind of amplifying the message by seeing it again. Oh, this is that diagram, the 6 feet, whether or not we criticize it for being, you know, that it's not in scale or whatever, but make them bigger and let the pictures say what you want to say.
Yes, yes. And thank you, right? So yeah,
I would put thank you.
Nice. It would be nice. I think people are afraid always of liability issues if things are not very super double clear and so on.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I don't know. It's something that's always the issue with graphic designers and their clients. And so it's like, how much do you think your viewer is going to be responsible and understand? But I like your analyze. So basically everyone must wear a face covering and then showing the different styles on the right, and that's it. And stay 6 feet apart. So
and that's it.
So
make
not too wordy. Not too wordy.
Not too wordy. Make the pictures bigger. Let people see this is, because the picture is as much language as the language is, and you get it much quicker. Yeah.
And this one is so people can print them out. People can, and you see the one on the right is getting really complicated. I mean, there is a lot of things that have been repeated. So maybe a simplification, keep your distance, etc.
Yes, I mean, all that funny little bits of color which don't really mean anything, and putting the COVID thing in the O of COVID. I wouldn't do that. That's cute. You know, it's not.
Yeah, that's a lot of things going on here. Like here, really,
help the next line.
Person, and the coughing person, and then there's the path of the person going away from the coughing person. It's it's too much here. It's kind of a, and we saw them before, right? So this is another company, like maybe that's the Department of Public Health, and then you see some people hang them or print something else. Or I like this one. someone was using the unit of distance by dogs.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
It's a smoke shop, and then the golden retriever. The guy told me that he has a golden retriever, and it cannot grow more than 3 feet. So it's so easy. You need 2 golden retriever, and you know how far you have to keep distance from each other.
And that kind of, it's not humor, but it is in a way. It's good humor. It's being friendly. It makes you look at it more than any of the other ones, which are very serious. And I like this.
Well, it's nice if people take something. So here, this is a very important moment for a graphic designer and everyone else. Like, do you think you are welcome in this place?
Well, they've got everything, haven't they? And I'm sure they're in a lot of trouble. It's very difficult. Somebody's going to send them a sign. They're going to say, "Oh well, maybe this will help. I'll put this up as well." And they're not thinking, because they don't have time to think like a designer here. I fully understand this. I mean, I don't like it. It turns me off. 1 or 2 would be enough, but I do understand the difficulty that people are under, especially at the moment.
But we are professional. We understand it's serious, and I understand. I want to stop sharing here, and again I want to talk about the seriosity of instructions. And I understand that by making not fun, I would say making people smile about informations, if you want to become like this one in your book here, just that's an interesting information. And the other one, what is the cat? Oh, how to draw a cat, for example. Yes, of course, that's cute too.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of what I do is very light-hearted and fun, and I hope amuses people. I mean, some designers I know actually have used this as a kind of textbook about how to make some simple diagrams of their own. I hope they don't just literally rip them off, but so it could be seen as that for a professional, but a lot of other people just think it's fun. This one is just fun. But I have done some serious things. I did a lot of serious things for Time magazine, and more recently, I had to do instructions for how to build or put together from a kit these escape sailboats. They make these cute little yellow plastic hulled boats, and on one side it's what the parts are and what you've got in your pack, and the other is how to sail. And I realized these had to be printed on waterproof paper, because you take them with you in your boat. And I realized that this is probably the only piece that I've done that if somebody doesn't follow the instructions properly, they might die, they might drown. It was frightening. But, so graphics can be obviously serious, very serious. Personally, I'm not quite as serious as that.
Well, Nigel, thank you. It has been really instructional. How would you say?
Or some word like that.
Yeah, to talk about this with you. Yeah. I loved all your little books. There is even a little book here about cocktails and so on. And I have even your business card is really cute with the little glasses and so on. I thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I really like talking to you. And I think we could probably go on for a lot longer.
Yes. Yes. But let's, you know what? Let's fight bad information and bad instruction. Let's fight.
Let's fight it.
Fight this. Let's fight this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Let's do that. Bye. Bye.